Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. My name is Raheem Algerman. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, but we got three of my brothers from another mother, but we got the same father as here already, and we're going to get this thing started. Let's start off with Badger. Badger, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Another beautiful and blessed day. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. I think Mr. Hicks said he might need to step away for a second. But Mr. Hicks, are you still with us? Yeah, he said he had to step away for a second. He'll be back in a second or two. But let me go to Frank, Mr. Logan. Frank Logan, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Blessed by the best. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man, and to the listening audience, everybody that's on here know already. Y'all don't know the test that it took, the trials that it took to be here with you all this morning. Boy, we ran into some obstacles, some hurdles, and we've been here just for the record. I know I'm looking at the time. We say from 7 o'clock until 10, but we've been here ever since about 10 minutes till 7. About 10 minutes till 7. 10 minutes before 7, I guess you would say. Some people, depending on where you at and how you talk. But we've been here about 10 minutes till 7, trying to get started, trying to get the broadcast up, trying to move forward with what we're doing. And for whatever reason, nothing will let the broadcast come forward. But we would not stop. We and my brothers they taught me this. Raheem, keep going, keep going. It's gonna happen. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. And so we couldn't give up. And the result is you can never. I'm gonna say it like this: you could never hit a home run unless you continue to go up to bat. And we kept going to that batter's box. We kept going to that batter's box. They kept throwing the pitches, negativity at us. But we kept swinging. We kept swinging. And boop, that sound. There's a certain sound when you hit a home run. A batter, Frank, a batter knows what the sound is when you hit a home run. There's a certain sound, and he heard it. He said, "Oh, that's it, that's it." And I heard that sound, and here we are. What'd you say to that, Frank? Frank, you there? Oh Lord, now see, y'all see what I mean? We got some issuettes going on this morning. Frank, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Talk to me, brother. What do you say about that? You can't hit a home run until you keep, unless you keep going up the bat. And a batter knows that sound that the bat makes in the ball when it makes that connection. There's a certain sound when it's a home run. A batter knows that sound. We heard that sound.
Mm-hmm.
We heard that sound this morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Talk to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree with you. I played baseball for many, many years. You know when you hit it right.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell the difference. You see guys explode from the plate trying to make it to first base, but when them guys hit that home run, they stand there.
Yeah.
And watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just watch it because
Yeah.
they're pretty sure I
Yeah.
hit that one right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
I
connected
hit
on
that
that.
one right.
Yeah.
And Raheem, I don't know how many of us on this line are married, but you want to talk about a home run. There's a look that your wife can give you.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
And buddy, you in high cotton right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a look of approval
Yep. Yep.
that she can give you. There's a look that's my husband.
Mm-hmm.
That she can give you, and it is nothing like it in the world. I have 5 boys, 1 girl.
Mm-hmm.
Love every last one of my boys.
Yeah.
But there's something about my daughter saying, "Daddy."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's a home run.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a home run.
Yeah.
Irritates them boys. Oh man, she ain't. How in the world?
Mm-hmm.
But dude, when she says "Daddy," she's got my attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And listen.
But with all of that being said, Raheem, we know when we please God,
Mm-hmm.
there's a peace in your spirit, no matter what the outcome is. You can do something that's going to cost you money, that's going to cost you time, where you go, man, I cannot do this today. And you go, okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you have committed and you do it, it's almost like you can just feel God smile. You can see him pacing. You can feel him saying, that's what I'm talking about, boy.
Mm-hmm. 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 Wow. Wow.
Home run.
And I'm gonna ask you something. I'm gonna go. We got Badger here. We got Mr. Hicks here. I think we have Ryan here as well. But I'm gonna ask you this question. And you said when your daughter come up to you. Now your boy is one thing, but when your daughter come up to you and she says "Daddy" like that, and you feel some kind of way because you know you've hit that home run, what would happen, Frank, if she come up to you, your daughter, and she say "Daddy," and she turn around and there's tears in her eyes, man, and there's tears, she's crying? What does that do?
You, you know, that's something that is that's a emotion that is very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And it scared me the first time that it happened. My daughter was probably 4 or 5. She was playing in front of the house. This little boy, he's probably 4 or 5. He ran up and he hugged her.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this rage went through my body.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this little boy touching my child?
Yeah.
And I grabbed the handle of the door and I said, whoa, slow down. Hey, chain that dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, and man, in that instance, I said, oh, this relationship here is different.
Mm-hmm.
I had never experienced anything like that in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, my daughter with tears in her eyes, whoo, let me start praying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. 508-924-3521. And today is Friday, y'all. So the phone lines are definitely open. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Let me go, excuse me. Let me go to Badger. Badger, same topic, brother. Home run. Keep going up to bat. Keep going up to bat. Keep striking out. There's a disappointment that goes through you when you strike out because you want to do so good, but you don't give up, Badger. You keep going up to bat. You keep going up to bat. And then one time you go up to bat and you hear that, and you know you connected with that ball. And there's a possibility that the ball is going. Oh my God, I got a home run. How does that feel, Badger, when you're running around that plate?
Man. That's an everyday experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
You
So you
know,
hit a home run every day. You never strike out, huh?
I don't know if I do either.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I'm talking about that sensation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead.
It's to your kids always wanting you up, so they come wake you up, hang
Mm-hmm.
out and chill in the mornings. You know, your wife just smiling at you
Mm-hmm.
with those loving eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Badger trying to get some sugar when they get off this thing. Talking about with them eyes. Badger trying to get some sugar this morning.
she went back to sleep.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say Badger trying to get some sugar. Okay, brother, go ahead.
Well, it's man, I feel like a lot of people. There's so many little home runs. Using your analogy,
That's good.
that is just as powerful if we're open to them.
Mm-hmm.
If we learn to enjoy those little moments, because there's so many. Seeing your kid smile, or your kid turns to you and goes, "Hey, you like this? Can we do this?" Which to me shows that you're doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
They're not afraid of you. Like, something's got to be going good,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's such a beautiful thing to me. It's the little things, the things that a lot of times I've come, or at least in my observations, many people overlook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're wanting this like big grant, the big home run, and I'm going, I mean, you can still get to home base if you hit a double,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and just, I guess for me, that's just the way I work hard to look at things, because I don't, every little thing adds up to the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Every little thing adds up to the bigger joy of life.
Mm-hmm. So basically, what you're saying is appreciate even the small victories, appreciate everything, and everything is a step towards that victory, whether it's a home run or base hit or whatever the case.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Mr. Hicks, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem. Good morning, Glow family.
Good morning, sir. We're asking a question about making that home run, hitting that home
Yeah.
run, making that connection. Because you struck out so many times. You go onto the bat, you swing, strike one, swing, strike two, swing, foul ball, swing again, strike out, and you duck. You disappointment come over you. You just drop your head and you walk back to your batter's box.
Yeah.
That
Well,
happens 10 or 12, 15 times. But then at one time you go up to the bat and it feels a little different this time. It just feels different. And the ball coming down the middle, you got your eyes on the ball, and you're looking at the ball, you're looking at the ball. Okay, it's time, swing. You hit that ball, and you see it going. You say, "Oh my God, this might be the home run." How do you feel? How do you feel, Mr. Hicks, when you're running around that base, running around the bases, knowing you just hit it, you just got it, man, you just did it. How does that feel?
yeah, that's a good feeling. That is a real good feeling, home run.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is about I read this thing about Babe Ruth and all those home run champions.
Mm-hmm.
They struck out more than they hit.
Yes, sir.
But that's part of the game.
Yep.
Me personally, I've been in a 4-year slump.
Wow.
I mean, I'd be swinging and missing. I think they're going to trade me to another team. But I'm on the bench now.
Let somebody else.
I'm watching everybody else.
Let somebody else deal with this mess. Let another team deal with this joker.
Yeah, I'm going to prep. I'm trying to figure out my problem, and I know it's a mental thing because I got all the right dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
I got the right knowledge, but I just can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I know this too shall pass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know if I keep swinging, keep stepping up there, eventually I'll find that strip again.
But you know what though, and the beautiful part of your story, and we laugh, we make joke of it. But the beautiful part of your story is you continue to go up to that bat. You continue to go up there. Rather you striking out every time, and rather it's been however long it's been, every time they call your number, you go up there and you present yourself and you prepare yourself for that home run. So the message in the story is, we can't give up, man. That's the message of the whole thing.
Keep swinging.
Yes, sir.
Keep swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Keep swinging. Eventually you hit that rascal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe or not.
Hey, what if you go up there to bat? Then you don't struck out 200 times. You don't struck out 200 times, and the pitcher look at you and he shake his head and say, "You know what?" And he started throwing underhand like a softball pitch to you.
Yeah. You feel
Hey, don't underestimate a softball
but you missed that one too. Where I'm going, I missed that one too.
Well, this gonna be a day. This gonna be a day. No, okay. Hold on, Mr. Let me go to Ryan. Ryan, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
I'm here. I just got back to the desk. What's going on?
Man, we talking about baseball. We're talking about going up the bat, man. In a slump, Ryan. You're in a slump, man. You hadn't connected on that ball, man, in 4 games. Your team looking at you crooked eye. Your team, saying, "Man, come on, man, you're gonna get out of this. You're gonna get out of this." Some of them trying to encourage you. Some of them ain't saying nothing to you, and the ones that ain't saying nothing to you, man, they don't got frustrated with you, bro. They fed up with you. But what happened is you keep going up to bat, keep striking out. But this the one time, Ryan, you going up to the bat this time, and it feels just something feel different. The pitcher stand there, he look at you, you look at him. He wind up, he released that ball. The ball is coming at you. You're watching the ball. You're watching the ball as it turns, and you see the rotation of the ball as it's coming to you. And all of a sudden, you round back, you tighten up, and you swing. And you know something is different about this one. Something is different about this one. You're looking at the ball, and it's going. Oh my God, it's a home run. Now, Ryan, how do you feel when you're running around them bases?
Well, if I'm looking at the ball spinning and all the threads and stuff, I'm feeling like I'm in the Matrix.
Mm-hmm. No. A baseball player will tell you that they watch that, they see that ball, they see the rotation of the ball and everything. A baseball player, a person that's serious about it. I talked to this one guy, man. He was telling me just that very thing, man. He said, man, I watch everything, even the spinning of the ball, because that says something to it. I don't know. Don't say nothing to me. I'm not a baseball player. But Frank is a baseball player, and he probably could elaborate on this as well. But you watch all those things. Frank, am I off base with that?
Yeah, I used to play ball a lot.
Okay. So what you talking about, man?
I'm just playing with you. Come on, man.
Look, what you talking about,
Yeah,
there?
you watch the thread. You get an eye on them threads. You know what kind of pitch it is, whether it's a slider, sinker, curveball. Yeah.
Come on, Ryan.
When you finally crush one.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I used to play, I used to get in the box, and if I hit it, it was gone. It didn't matter. But I'm so big, size-wise, when I'm in that batter's box, I always got hit with the ball.
Okay.
It hit me right in my hands every time.
Good Lord.
So, yeah. That's why my hands look like bear paws.
Okay.
Anyway, but no.
Okay.
It's one of those things, man. You walk around the bases and you want to take your time. You want to revel in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, haters. How you like me now? You know. Stop in between first and second, do a little jig. And you want to take your time. You want to enjoy that moment because feel good moments don't happen.
Look, you just gonna hold the whole game up, huh? You gonna enjoy this.
You got to, because good times don't always happen, especially in today's world. So you gotta enjoy the good moments as best as you possibly can. Just revel in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, my wife down there trying to tell on me.
Yep.
Trying to tell on me.
Yep. I saw that. Mm-hmm. But see, that's the thing, man. And the whole more of what we're talking about right now, man. Life it's gonna throw some curveballs at you, man. It's gonna throw some sliders, all kind of different things at you. It's gonna come at you hard and fast. But we have to continue to swing. Have to continue. You can. I guarantee you. You cannot hit a home run unless you go up there to bat. You have to go up to bat. You have to go up there and you have to swing. Swing, batter, swing. Yeah. And so that's just what it is. Let me go to Zamari. Zamari, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, doing good. What's that story like to you? Now you're playing. You're playing. Hypothetically, you playing. You're on the team. You've struck out 3-4 games in a row. All of a sudden now it feels a little different. You go up there and you throw the ball is coming toward you, and you see it, you swing. Next, ball is going. How does it feel when you're running around those bases?
Well, I've never played baseball, So I've never played any sports, but I
Mm,
get what you're saying. It's a theoretical, hypothetical thing. I get it. I
yes.
get it. But to finally get that home run, that hit in whatever facet that this applies to life,
Yes.
it feels good. It
Mm-hmm.
feels good. I mean, I know I get mushy, but seriously, I felt like I still feel like I hit that complete home run when I married my husband.
Uh-oh.
That is my home run.
You trying to get some sugar.
I'm always trying to get some sugar. Come on now. It's the
Oh,
best. But no, it's true though. Like he was my ultimate knock it out of the park home run. Like
mm-hmm.
nothing can ever in my life trump that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know. I just when my kids succeed, then I feel like I'm succeeding because that tells me I'm doing a good job. So again, there's my home run.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in any other place in my life, I don't know that I've accomplished that ultimate home run for
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to my family, I definitely. And when they fumble up, it's like him missing that ball, right? And then you're just like, God, what did I do wrong? What could have I done better? And then you have to try to change your trajectory on how you're, doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a good feeling. It is absolutely because you do feel it makes you feel good. It makes you feel successful. Finally, I accomplished this thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Finally, I did it. I did it. I did it. And you reap what you sow. You get the goodness of that,
Mm-hmm.
in the moment. And it's a great feeling. It's awesome. I
Absolutely.
love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now we're gonna go to another sports guy, Toussaint. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
You, I'm all right. I'm clearing my
Toussaint,
throat.
you all right,
You're
brother?
out.
You all right this morning?
You're out. You're out.
Toussaint, I was telling how I was struggling this morning to get on, man, and then, it was a battle. I had to keep swinging though. I had to keep swinging, and that even
There you
applies
go.
to this morning. You had to keep swinging, man, because couldn't give up. To be on time and then end up late because of a technical situation, man, that's a strikeout right there. But let's get back to what we're talking
Yeah.
about. You're a baseball player, Toussaint, and you've been striking out the last 3-4 games. Every time you go up to bat, you strike out. This time you go up to bat, Toussaint, it feels just a little bit different. It feels just a little bit different. You're like, man, hold on now. I'm like, oh, and you in the pitcher, he look at you, you look at him, he winds up, throw that ball at you hard as he can. The ball is coming to you, you're watching it, and all of a sudden you swing. Here's a better sound, Ryan. And you connect with the ball and you look at it, and it's going. Oh my, home run. Toussaint, you got a home run. Now you're running around the bases. After all the stuff that you've been through, you finally got that home run that you've been chasing. You got it now. What is that run around the bases? What does that feel like?
You know what? When you said running around the base and a home run, one thing about a home run, you don't have to run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's good.
You can take your time and enjoy going around the bases.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to run. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're absolutely
Don't
right.
try to be right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I can wave at the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I can high five the coach on the way.
Yeah.
To coming around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
First base, here's a team member. Second base, I high five another one. Go around the third, and then I can celebrate right before I hit the home run. I mean, to the home base.
Yeah.
As I'm walking,
Mm-hmm.
I can celebrate. Wave again at the crowd.
What do you say? Point
Because it feels different.
Point at a few people.
It's definitely better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely better than striking out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know what striking out is like.
Yeah.
Boy. What a disappointment.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you kind of have your head down striking out. But now you kind of
feel
proud of yourself.
defeated. Do you feel defeated?
Well, no, not necessarily. Especially when you know that you practice over and over and over again, but you still strike out. The thing about that is you can always get another opportunity because you ain't been put out the game. If you see what I'm saying.
Yes.
They ain't put you out the game. That's a good thing. Just because you strike out, you're still on the team. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody strike out every once in a while.
Exactly.
But when you finally hit that home run, you get a chance to walk across the base. You got to touch the bases. No, you can't just hit the ball over the fence and just stand there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You got to touch them bases.
You got to touch every base. You still got to touch every base. But the thing about it is I'm leaving right where I was. I don't have to run. I can enjoy that home run and just wave at the crowd. Not only that, not only the one that's on the team, you can pound the pitcher that's been striking you out all this time.
Yeah.
And you like walk up to him and say, "I got you this time."
Yeah. Thank you for the dummy pitch.
You dummy.
Wow. Let's go to our Frank. Frank, talk to me, brother.
You know, Scripture says, "In all you're getting, get understanding, get wisdom." And I play baseball, basketball, and football. Played it in Little League, rec, high school football, college. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you hit that home run, or you score that touchdown, or you drop that 3 to win the game, you at.
Yeah.
You better watch your celebration, because I grew up in Detroit, over on the east side, at King or at Central or one of those schools. But you hit a home run, you run, nice little strut to first. You round them bases. You go to the dugout. Dugout stay quiet. Because if you don't, I guarantee you this: next time up to bat, pitcher's hitting you.
Wow.
You're going to get hit. You mess around and catch a pass, coming across, and make it into the end zone. Hand the ball to the ref. Go to the sideline. If you don't, that linebacker, even if you don't have the ball, dude, he cleaning you up the next time you come across the middle.
Yeah.
And I came up playing sports, especially in high school. Dude, they tip over your bus.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
They tip your bus over. In a minute, they tip you. Dude, they would, you there, you may have, depending on the school, 30, 40 fans. They got a few stands full. They'll rush the field. The fight is on.
Yep.
You trying to make it back to the bus. So, you and I'm going to tell you this. When you talk about swinging and striking out, not giving up, consider Disney. They applied for a loan, I think they said 99 times, and was rejected. You want us to give you money to have a cartoon that features a rat and a rat club? No, man, we ain't. They applied over and over and over again and got rejected. Dude, Disney is huge now.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
last time they applied,
Mm-hmm.
they got the loan. They just kept swinging right here.
Yes, sir.
They just kept swinging. And now I'm going to say this too. There's sometimes when you can swing and strike out and somebody else hit a home run and you still win.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can remember being at Subway with my kids, and we all bought sandwiches, and they said, "Hey, you bought so many sandwiches, you get free drinks."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, what drinks do we have to get?" They said, well, "You get any drink you want." So I gave the cups to my boys. I said, "Y'all go get the drinks. I'll get the sandwiches."
Mm-hmm.
And I hear somebody screaming. I mean, "What are you doing? Put that effing down." And I'm like, whoa, what? Somebody's going off on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still paying for the sandwiches. And I look around, and it's this guy hollering at my kids.
Wow.
And I walked up to him. I said, "Sir, you know, what's the problem? They're over here getting these drinks. They can't get these drinks." I said, "Well, wait, they told us we could get these drinks." "Well, these drinks don't go with the sandwiches. You got to get these." I said, "Well, I asked them, and they told me that we can get any drink." So this guy was determined
Mm-hmm.
to holler at my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Well, sir, you know what? Whatever, they can have those drinks that they're getting that they're not supposed to get. I'll just pay for them." "No, the H you ain't. You know, they're going to put them back." And my kids are standing there. And I said, "Okay, well, let me put them in the car. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you. You can't leave." And what do you mean I can't leave? So I'm steady trying to calm this guy down. So he got me to the point where now, okay, let's both go there. You know, hey, the circus is in town now, Raheem. The little car pulled up, ring the bell, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I'm walking him down, and I'm saying, "Man, if you ever talk to my kids like that," I'm pointing in his face. I got this vein in my neck, and at that point I had struck out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a horrible example. I'm losing, and my boy said, "Daddy, let it go.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to get any drinks. Let it go, Dad. Let it go."
Mm.
I said, "What?" They said, "Come on, Pop. Let it go." And they calmed me down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we left.
Mm-hmm.
I struck out. They hit a home run.
Exactly. Exactly. That's good. That's good. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. I know there's somebody that's listening want to comment on that particular story because that's powerful. And that's absolutely true. We have to have somebody in our corner at all times that has that level mind, that's level-minded enough to get us out of those situations that we sometimes jump into. And he tried to avoid it at all costs. But the other individual sometimes was tugging, and wouldn't let it go. Wouldn't let it go. I don't know if I would have had the strength to let it go that far. For I see them yelling at me, "Hold on, man, hold on, bro." And so that's a whole different. I compliment you for being able to hold it out as long as you did. But we know that I'm reading what's on the screen as well. We know that sometimes life happens. Leonard, good morning, sir. And oh Lord. Leonard, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Don't tell him what Leonard about to say.
Good morning, Raheem and the Morning Glow family.
Leonard, we're talking about baseball, and hypothetically, you're a baseball player. Don't know if you was or not. Don't know whether you was into sports, but you struck out 3 or 4 games in a row. Every time you went up to that plate, you swung, like you was fanning the people, missing all parts of the ball. You go up, excuse me. You go up to the bat this time. And somehow, Leonard, it feels a little different. It feels different. You feel different. You stand there, man. The pitcher look at you. You look at him. He do that wind up, and he throw that ball hard as he can throw it. It's coming at you. You're watching the ball. You take that step, and you swing. Hit that ball, Leonard, and it's going. And what do you know? It's gone. It's a home run. Leonard, now you know what it took to get you to that point. You know all the times that you struck out, 3 or 4 games. Now you got that home run. How does it feel when you're running those plays?
Finally, maybe you'll keep playing,
Mm-hmm.
but you finally hit it. One thing about baseball, I ain't heard a good baseball story since Casey in the Bat. You remember that? They used to be Casey at Bat used to be required reading at one point,
Mm-hmm.
and it was about this poem, and it was about baseball.
Okay.
And that's the only baseball analogy that I remember. And one thing about baseball, it's not based on everybody getting a hit, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at it, very few can brag about how many hits and home runs they have.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it's a team. But when you get up to bat, it's about you and that pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it takes so much. People who've never played it don't realize how much coordination it takes to hit a baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It ain't easy.
There's people that go for a long time without a hit,
Mm-hmm.
depending on that pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
First off, you have to realize, I remember when I first started playing baseball, we had a kid so fast, I simply could not see it.
Good
He
Lord.
was just that fast. In
Mhm.
junior high school, he was throwing the ball around 80.
Good Lord. Yeah. Before you
And
know
we
it.
were kids.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start practicing, it's just like golf. Then you start getting a hit. The only thing about golf is it's just you playing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
In baseball, you got somebody throwing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest thing about it. That's the relationship, the pitcher and the batter.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else just standing around watching the game, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's something about that relationship between the pitcher and the batter, I think, that makes baseball a story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's actually two people, two completely different objectives.
Yeah.
Not like football. Football is the same going both ways.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something about that pitcher and that batter and that relationship that makes baseball what it is. And I'm no big baseball fan. But when I think about the story and having that experience in school of tearing apart that poem, you see all the dynamics of baseball and life, and they were comparing it. You can compare it to life.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give up. You can't give up. You have to go into the game realizing on your best day, you may get a hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But everything else you can do great at. You can practice great. You can be ready. You can be on time. You can be moral support. But understand somebody else on your team may be the hitter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You want to be on that guy's team that's hitting that ball better than everybody else, further than everybody else. Because when one person wins on the team, everybody wins.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you can still support everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you ain't hitting home runs. Maybe your little walk gets you a base ahead, don't it?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
If you get hit, they reward you with what?
You get
Take a
to
base.
take a base, first base. Go on over there.
It's the only game you can steal in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know. And so that's what made me start playing. I played softball and everything, but I never played baseball. But when I played baseball, it would seem like it was okay, it's same game, blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't. That guy on that mound is trying to make sure you do not hit that ball.
Exactly. At all costs. At all costs.
That's
Exactly.
his job.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if too many people hit that ball, they bringing him out.
Yeah. He gonna sit down. He gonna sit down. Yeah. He gonna sit
Because
there.
they're expecting him to strike everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to hit it one time.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
So we just baseball because I don't know. I ain't played too much baseball.
Mm-hmm. Me either.
Unless we was playing on, we played street baseball. Boy, I tell you what, that was pretty good.
That's called stick. That's called stick ball. You ain't play no baseball. That was stick ball.
No.
No.
We went actually to the store. Matter of fact, here's what we would do in our neighborhood. First of all, we'll find us a field. We'll tear up daddy lawnmower. We'll mow the grass, and we'll make us a baseball field with the bases, and then we'll go to the store, buy a good bat, a good ball, and we'll get teams from different neighborhoods, and we wouldn't study no video game.
Yeah.
And we actually played the games. And wasn't nothing like rivalries in the neighborhood. And we get struck out. Yeah, I know what it is to strike out, but when you learn how to when you learn how to hit the ball, you have to watch it. Fastball, curveball, and all that kind of stuff. And he'll strike you out a couple times, strike you out a couple times. You got accustomed to how he was doing this thing, and then you finally get your hit. And then you get your bragging rights. Well, I don't know about baseball and football. I used to be pretty good at football. But when I was at practice, the coach grabbed me around the collar. I said, "Oh, hold up." I said, "My daddy don't grab me like that. I don't think I'm gonna be playing no more."
Yeah.
So I started running track. And one thing about, and I don't hate to change the subject, but I'm talking about the sport I was in. You didn't have nobody to, unless you was running the relay. It was you and the time clock. I wasn't studying who was in the next lane. It was what the record was.
Yeah.
And I was looking at that trophy shelf. And I never did want to go home without a trophy or medal or even a plaque. I'm gonna get me one. But the thing about it is that you run against the clock and you didn't have to worry about who was in the other lane.
That's good.
Get to the finish line.
Get to that finish
and
line.
in all of our sports is you learn the game. If you learn the game, then you knew how to play the game. Then you didn't have to worry about who was pitching. You was part of the team. And you do what's best for the team. So the best thing about all of it is go to practice. Sure, practice. And then get good at it.
Exactly. Get
and
better.
Then, hey, every once in a while, you hit that home run. Back to your little subject.
That's good.
Anyway, go ahead.
That's good. That's good.
Silence out.
Badger, talk to me.
Man, I was sitting here thinking, man, if I actually picked up a bat and went up to try to play baseball again, I don't even think I could swing the bat anymore. To hit it that far. But that's all right. Because it's like, I love analogies like that. Because you can use them in different scenarios. I wish this train would stop. It's the beauty of learning to see when we hit a home run. Using that analogy. It's an M word. Metaphor.
Okay.
And it's like I was saying earlier, right? We had a whole bunch of small home runs that a lot of people don't even pay attention to. Like something that happened yesterday, right? That Ryan turned on his cam, and we saw that thing on the fridge, right?
Yes.
That was a home run right there.
Absolutely.
The way Ryan smiled, that proudness. Why wouldn't that be a home run? Does it really have to be something, that's big and extravagant?
Extravagant.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why I mean, to me, isn't it a home run to be able to wake up to your family?
Mm-hmm. It is. It is.
So
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to acknowledge the fact that I did see that, man, and I didn't know who did it, but that you're absolutely right. That was a home run. It really was.
to support our kids and then see our kids succeed. We don't have to be billionaires or or any of that kind of stuff. As long as we're putting a roof over our kids' heads, we get to wake up to them every day, wake up to our spouses. I I can't think of anything better than that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do our best and see how the seeds have grown. The kindness that our kids show, the compassion our kids show. To me, that shows that we're doing something right. Frank shared another story where his kid, saw it and went, "Hey, don't worry about it." All of those are just home runs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so powerful. And I know there are some of us that pay attention to that stuff, but there are many, many others that don't.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's
And
good.
show them that they're worthy. Show them that they've done the home run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Zamari, what are some of those home runs in life that Badger's speaking about that people don't always pay attention to?
I'm here. I'm here. Sorry. I'm cleaning. Trying to
Mhm.
clean.
Okay.
I heard some of what he was saying. I had my water running, so I didn't hear all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I caught bits and pieces of it because sink water and voices somehow get drowned out between each other. So
What he was
then
saying, what he was saying was a lot of time there's a lot of home runs, little small home runs in our lives that a lot of time people don't even pay attention to.
no, okay, yeah. So yeah, that is true. That is true. But I think that a lot of that is because it's so personal to us and in our lives. So really, is it theirs to pay attention to?
Mm-hmm.
It's for us to have that feeling or that sense of accomplishment and you know good deed or whatever it is. Those are for us to build upon for ourselves
Mm-hmm.
so that we can recognize that accomplishment and then use that to continue propelling ourselves forward in our families.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily think that it is for anybody and everybody else to see. If you're doing things just for somebody else to give you acknowledgement and recognition, then you're doing it wrong. That's not a home run right there alone, just you doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's more about you just being self-centered and wanting to someone to pat you on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Real home runs are done for yourself and for your family, your team.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what anybody else outside of that says or thinks beyond that. It's for you. And if it makes you feel good, if it propels your family forward, if it's giving you that sense of purpose,
Mm-hmm.
then you're doing right.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask you a question about what you just said. And I know your heart. I know you certainly did not mean your heart. You said it from a great place, and I want to acknowledge that before I even ask this question. But what if in your neighborhood where you live right now, that there's a family down the street that's really having a hard time. They're really having a hard time, and the kids are don't have a lot. They not always clean. Because of life situations and circumstances that they're going through. And you go knock on their door and say, listen, I just wanted to bring this down here to you. One of my kids are, a little older than your kids, and he or she has outgrown these clothes. And I wanted to bring these clothes down here and give it to you, for your son, if you don't mind. And oh yeah, and another thing, I I have this gift card to the local grocery store. It has $100, $75, $50, whatever. It has money on there where you can actually go and pick up some groceries. You know, I don't want anything behind it. I just want to be able to help and be of some kind of service to you. And you give it to them, they accept it, and you walk off their porch and go home. Is that a home run?
That is absolutely a home run. That's a
Mhm.
double whammy, man. That's for both, right? Because you're doing that out of the goodness of your own heart. That makes you feel good because you're being a good citizen. 1 second. Love you, baby. Have a good day. And then it's a home run for them because someone reached out and helped.
Mhm. Mhm.
So maybe they were struggling a little bit more than you thought that they were. And that's a grand slam. There we go. That's a grand slam.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
term.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, it's that's you can't say better than that. Grand slam. That's what
Exactly.
it is.
And I wanted to go there because I didn't want people, and I know your heart says you and Ryan, y'all do so much for so many people and y'all help a lot of people. I didn't want people to think that you were saying it was just for your family and stuff like
No,
that.
oh
Mm,
no.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking about those more
yeah, yeah,
personal
yeah. I know.
accomplishments,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like again, talking like I just reached out to a couple of people today. I have another trash bag full of clothes that my girls went through, and I'm like,
Mhm. See, there
if
you
you
go.
need them, take
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
So
And see, and that's why I say I know what you meant, sis. But I want to make sure that people that's listening didn't perceive that or receive that in the wrong way. And
yeah,
so I want
thank
to
you.
kind of,
That's true. Yeah,
kind of clean it up for you a little bit because I
thank
know
you.
your heart. I know your heart. Leonard, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart? Talk to me.
Question: Is it
And
the
so,
about baseball?
mm-hmm.
And it's far a grand slam is so far and in between, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Right, because that's when the bases is loaded and you get a
Hmm.
home run,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Bring everybody home.
Right. And I just thought about that. It's been a while, but I focus on more so with people doing what you can,
Mm-hmm.
because growing up in a missionary Baptist church that was truly that, you had to go out into the community.
Mm-hmm.
You had, if you knew kids, like you say, for instance, that's one thing we always did. If people needed food and clothing or whatever, people would bring them stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or you pack boxes and you'd sit it on their porch and things like that. And you would always, if you see them or the kids were playing as kids, we always invited kids to church,
Yes. Yes.
and that's how we made friends and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
by doing those types of things. So I would encourage people to make that a habit with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let them see you helping people and tell them why you're helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Because trust me, this is why I never got caught up in the blame game, the race game, and all those types of things. The first time I had community service, I was on the other side of town.
Mm-hmm.
It was the white side of town.
Yes. Okay.
I was shocked at the number of white people that were in the same situation as the
Mm-hmm.
people on the other side of town.
Mm-hmm.
So we have
Yeah.
to remember we're not that different. We all have one thing in common that we're trying to get: food, clothing, and shelter, whether it be the least or something grand.
Mm-hmm.
That's common amongst us all.
Yes.
So I remember they used to call them hand me downs. Remember when people had a lot of kids, they hand the clothes down to the kids still growing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but nothing went to waste.
Yeah.
You shared everything you had.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother would even wipe off paper plates and cups. Do you understand me?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And we had,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we had to, I mean, like save aluminum foil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You didn't even throw away a plastic bread bag, man.
And
She
you
would
better
find a way to use a plastic bread bag.
not throw away that jelly jar when you get finished with that jelly.
Ex- Exactly.
What you doing? Man, get that thing.
So, so we have gotten away from thinking so much about scarcity because we have so much now. But we
Mm-hmm.
have to remember that there are other people that are still in need.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before you throw away some clothes or go in your closet and find stuff you ain't even wore that got the tag on it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a woman, guess who need that? Take her down to the women's shelter.
Yep.
Every month, these people come to your house and get your stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
whole truck will come and pick up whatever it is you have that you was thinking about getting rid of that you don't want,
Mm-hmm.
that people can use.
Exactly. Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. We're talking about baseball, but we're talking about baseball in regards to life and how life happens. Mr. Hicks said something about the 3 strikes and different things of that nature, and it does happen like that. But that does not mean that you can't go back up to the bat again. When it's your time, when it circles back around to you, you have to go back up there and swing again. Home run, base hit, strikeout, foul ball, whatever it is. You have to continue to swing. Mr. Hicks, talk to me, sir. Mr. Hicks, you there? Okay. Frank, talk to me.
Trying to find
there
that
you go.
button. Trying to find
There you
that
There you go.
button. Hey, for the young fellows online, the young folks on the
Mhm.
line, 1967, The Intruders. Love is just like a baseball
Mhm.
game. 3 strikes, you're out.
Wow.
Whether you win or lose. You know that, right?
Man,
You don't remember that?
no,
You don't go back that
no, sir.
far. Oh
No, sir. No, sir.
man. But
No, sir.
I was thinking when I was 9 years old, my father, his friend from the job, Dick His, was on the baseball team, and he wanted me to get on the team,
Mhm.
right? He bought me a little cheap glove, right? When I didn't know it was a cheap glove till I got around the real players. They just laughed at me about my glove, right? And shoot, I was in the right field. I handled right field, man. And a ball couldn't get past me. I would run, I catch that thing. They said, "Man, this guy is good." My problem was when I got up to the bat, and that rascal was throwing that baseball. I kept going to my head about the other guy on the team, right? Had this knot on his head, right? When I first I said, "Where'd you get that knot from?" He said, "I got hitting it at the baseball."
Wow.
I said, "When?" He said, 2 years. He still had the knot, right? So although I'm standing at the I couldn't get with that. I couldn't get with baseball, football. I mean, basketball, my game. It made sense in wrestling.
There you go.
But yeah, but there are many times, and you know how's that? Most times, a home run is rare in my life. I mean, when I've had them, they've been extreme, and I know it was like a body and mind was body and mind was aligned. You know, my physical and my mental was right there. My expectation and my belief and confidence was there. And when it happened, you know it's something that came through you that happened. You're sort of humble with it because I didn't do that. I really didn't do that. I did all emotions, but I had everything aligned, and it worked out. But them base hits and those singles, they great too. They're good for the team kind of thing. But yeah.
Absolutely. Man, 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Frank, talk to me, brother.
Man, this topic is so rich. I hate we getting feedback, but let me say this. Baseball is 9 innings, right?
Yes.
And sometimes it may go into overtime, right? It may go into extra innings, right? I thought about this, man. When in the house we just moved from, we were there for 18 years. We had a new family move in, and the wife was in the backyard trying to start the lawnmower. Man, this joker would not start. I mean, she's out there just working as hard as she can. She's pulling it, nothing. So I grabbed my starter fluid out the garage. I said, "Ma'am, can I help you? Can I try to start it?" Raheem, she told me if I need help, I have a husband. He'll help me.
Wow.
I said, "I'm sorry." I put my starter fluid back up, and I went back to doing what I was doing in the garage. About a half an hour later, her husband comes out, and he starts trying to start the lawnmower. And I said, "Hey, man, I got some starter He's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, give me a minute. I went around. We got the lawnmower started the conversation. And we became really friends. But every time she would see me, she knew she had kind of bit at me, so she felt a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But over time, it lightened up. And we had a power outage in Detroit and the surrounding areas. And their power went out along with ours because they were right next door to me. So I started up my generator, got my house going. And then I saw them walking around. I hollered at her. I said, hey, where I almost said his name. I said, hey, where's such and such? And she said, he left us.
Wow.
I said, he what? She said, he left us today. He left. He packed his stuff and left. So I called him. I said, hey, man, you know we got a power outage, right? He said, yeah, man. I said, where are you at? He said, oh, man. I said, oh, no, dude. Come on. Meet me. I'm about to go get some gas for this generator. Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
I met him. We got together. He went back home that night and never left again.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
But see, if I would have quit the game in the first inning,
come on.
They had a baby after that. They're together now. They're one of our dearest friends. All of us get along really well. Their daughter calls me Uncle Frank.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a wonderful. Their son's in California. He calls me all the time. I was training him for a while. But if you give up in the first inning,
come on.
You may not feel the impact of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely may impact somebody that you're supposed to help.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely may have an effect somewhere else. If I get in my feelings and saying, okay, I hope you don't ever need nothing. If you're walking in unforgiveness, dude, you're going to actually lose the game that matters.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you this, Raheem, and I'm going to let somebody else talk. You never know in baseball who can play the game until they get hit by that ball. Because when that hard ball hits you, it's something different.
Oh, it hurts.
You've never felt pain like that.
Oh, it hurts. Yes, sir.
You have never felt that type of pain. Whether you squared up and it takes a bad hop and hit you in the head, or you just don't play it right and you get hit. When that ball hits you, okay, now we're about to find out if you really want to play this game or not. It's the same way in life. When you take a shot, there's a decision you got to make.
Yeah.
You're either going to lay down and be the victim from that point on, or be in your feelings, or you're going to get up and dust yourself off and keep playing.
Exactly. Baseball, man. Baseball is very complex, and when you relate it to life, it ties in. It really does tie. I heard a lot of people say, man, baseball is life. And I know what they mean now. I know exactly what they mean. Now, Ryan, talk to me, brother.
Michael Franks.
Absolutely.
Life is like baseball.
Exactly. Ryan, talk to me, brother.
Yeah.
They don't know about Michael
Frank ain't lying. That ball hits you, it's a different level of pain. For sure. Sometimes you just gotta walk off to the base, take your freebie. Sometimes you see that look in the pitcher's face, and then you get hit with that ball and you charge the mound. You know you did it on purpose.
It was intentional. Yeah.
And then what? Tell me that's not like life. Somebody do something to you on purpose, you get mad, charge the mound. Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I charged the mound. It's definitely, in hindsight, something I needed to work on back then.
Because it never really works out well when you charge that mound like that. Even though he did it intentionally, but you go out there, you charge that mound maybe with your bat or something like that. Because Leonard said, "I threw a bat at a dude," and that's the whole thing, man. It's not gonna work out well for you.
No, and depending on how your team handles things, it might not work out well for their whole team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
exactly.
got a melee on the field and the whole team gets stomped out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's getting hurt on every level, right? And then what? What did you gain? You nothing. You lost the day.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You lost the whole day. And it's funny, to think about baseball in that way, because you can learn a lot.
Yeah.
In hindsight, you never learn it in the moment, right? It's always later on down the line. Man, that could have went a whole different way. We'd end up spending the whole day playing ball. Everybody would have got along, win or lose for the most part. But then you think about today and
Mm-hmm.
how things are. Somebody was talking about trophies and medals and ribbons earlier. And, you want, I think it was Tucson, and you want to be the best so you can get that thing. You want that plaque.
Mm-hmm.
You want that medal.
Mm-hmm.
See, I played all kinds of sports in high school, but my main love was swimming. I got a case full of gold medals.
Mm-hmm.
I went to state,
Wow.
did finals, one of the best in the area. And what used to make me ill, because they started it kind of later on in my life, where people would just show up, they didn't even get in the water, and they got something at the end of the day.
Wow.
That's not teaching you anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like Frank was saying, when you tap out early, you throw in the towel, you forfeit the game, you're standing there, you won't even get in the water. What did you learn from that? And they just gave you an award for standing there doing nothing.
Mm. Wow.
You got to be able to take those bumps and bruises. You got to earn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that we've gotten away from. And I see it every day at work, where these people come in here entitled and they expect a paycheck. They ain't even did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go home early every day. You haven't even put in the work, and the work that you have put in, I'm having to go behind you and fix it. Why should I reward you for that behavior?
Mm-hmm.
That's just what popped into my mind.
Good deal. Good deal. Tucson, talk to me, brother. Leonard, coming to you next. Tucson, you there?
Yeah, I am. Had to find a new button.
Okay.
I thought about the pinch hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Where somebody had to go to bat for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How many times in life did we need one?
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You kind of in a position where you can't bat for yourself, and you need some help when it's needed. So I just thought about that. And then another thing I thought about is, and correct me if I'm wrong, can you slide at first base?
Now I don't know about that, Tucson.
I'm asking.
I don't know. Let's ask some of these baseball guys. Ryan,
you run over first base.
Mm-hmm.
You can't slide.
No, I don't think you're supposed to slide. You can't slide on first base.
Leonard being so generous right now. Leonard being so generous. No, I don't think you can.
You can run over it like Leonard says, but you can't slide. You can slide at the other ones. For some reason why, I don't know who created the game, but you can't slide at first base.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I even thought about that. I don't even know what that means. But I don't know why. I'm gonna have to think that over a little bit.
Look here.
Why I can't slide at first base.
You lean back in your recliner. You put your hands behind your head and you thought about something, didn't you?
Yeah. But I was really thinking about the pinch hitter, because how many times somebody had to go to bat for you. Here's another thing that Samori mentioned about the Grand Slam. It's about time that we the bases we in the final ending and the bases are loaded, and that's exactly what we need. Somebody hit for the whole team.
Yep.
Your children, your grandchildren, husband, wife, everybody's counting on you. And here you are for bat. Don't strike out. Please don't.
Wow.
Don't strike out.
Because everything's relying on you. Absolutely right. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Leonard, talk to me, brother.
You know, I'm sure we'll move on shortly, but you know, as kids, and I don't know if anybody else remember this. You know, we didn't have a lot of. If you didn't have a lot of kids, you would still try to play baseball, but you would use a ghost man. Do you know anybody remember the ghost man? That's when you didn't have enough people, and you would hit the ball and run to first base, and then come back, but you knew it was you call a ghost man on first base because you didn't have enough people to play.
Wow.
So imagine that. Getting into an argument about a ghost man. KC.
Lord. Leonard, boy, I don't know where y'all going this morning.
Come
boy.
on now. I don't know if it was a northern thing or what. Ryan says he remembered. But I remember when we only had like, if it was just two guys that wanted to play baseball, you should want to have at least two per team. Yeah. But you would call a ghost man on the base and you would run from him. And if you really wanted to start a fight with the pitcher, you would tell him, my ghost man just stole second base.
Yeah.
And that's how the fight would get started.
I remember that.
Lord Jesus. Lord. Okay. Look. I'm not even gonna touch that one, brother. I'm not even gonna let it.
You know, I might be telling my age, but we used to have that ghost man thing going on. Just to play baseball, man. And it wind up in a fight.
Y'all gonna fight because of a ghost man.
He just stayed in the home.
Right.
Lord Jesus. Well, look at I was about to say something. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna move on. Let me keep this thing going. Nope, I would not, Leonard. You would not draw me into that one, brother. Let me go to Stanley. Stanley, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Morning, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. We're talking about baseball, and Kurt, coming to you next, brother. We're talking about baseball. Then we're gonna actually move to another topic. Well, we're talking about baseball right now.
Okay.
And how in baseball, you know, you hypothetically has had a bad series, 3-4 games back to back. You struck out every time. Every time you went up to that bat, man, you struck out. Drop your head, man. Lower your bat and walk off the field. Walk back into the bat, right back into the dugout. But this one time, Stanley, you're coming up to bat, and it feels a little different. It feels different this time. You go up to bat, man. You look at the pitcher look at you. He he released that ball hard as he can. It's coming at you. You see it. And all of a sudden you lift your leg, Stanley, and you swing with all you got. You hit that ball. And it's going. Oh my God, it's a home run. Stanley, how do you feel knowing the history that you had up to that point? How does it feel when you're running those bases?
It's just like life, man. You keep swinging. That's probably one of the best feelings you'll ever have when you succeed. You've been striking out for 10 years, 20 years, and you finally hit that home run, and your business takes off, or your marriage takes off, or your life takes off, or your job. You know, you get that promotion, and that's just part of life, man. You keep swinging. It's the same in basketball. When they tell a shooter, you got a 3-point shooter, he don't win 10 games and not made one 3-point shot. What they tell him to do?
Keep shooting.
You keep shooting. So that's just that like life, man. You keep swinging. And once you hit that home run and gain your confidence back, your self-esteem comes up. There's no telling how many home runs you hit after that. It's just like life, bro. You keep swinging until you hit that home run. And once you hit it, you knock it out of the field. And there's no stopping you after that, man.
Absolutely. That's good. Kurt, same scenario, brother. And Kurt, I don't know why I'm lit, but you about to hit that home run, brother. You about to hit that home run. But my thing is, how does that feel once you went through that whole scenario, struck out all these times? And good morning, Kurt. How you doing this morning? Struck out all these times, 3 or 4 games in a row. You struck out. You went up to the bat, man, and you hit it home run. You hit it home run. You watch the ball as it goes over the wall. Kurt, how does it feel when you're running those bases?
I don't know, Raheem, because baseball ain't never been my sport.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you
how
that feels.
What we're actually talking about is the sense of accomplishment. You know, we're using baseball just as a scenario, but we're talking about the sense of accomplishment that you've overcome.
It feels wonderful, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep it real. It feels, oh my God. Oh my God. If you're a believer, you can't help but just and give him all the praise in the world. Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, Kurt. Come on, Kurt. Come on, brother.
No, you got all the praise in the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially if you're a believer, because you know that when none of this possible, like the only way this could have happened was he had his hands on.
Hey, Kurt, can I Kurt, can I take a second? Can I personalize this thing for a second, Kurt? Can I personalize it for a second?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kurt, you've been acting. You've been acting for 30 years plus, right? You've been acting for a long time. You're at the Oscars, and you're sitting there. You're dressed to the nine, man. You and your first lady, man. Y'all are dressed. Y'all are there. Y'all got all your support team is there as well, and they get to your category. This is your first major project, and they say, and the winner of the leading male for 20 whatever is Mr. Curtis McNeil. The crowd goes crazy, Curtis. The crowd goes crazy. And you're in that moment. Kurt, you know you've been doing this thing for a long time. You know how much work you put into this thing. And now you're being acknowledged as the winner of an Oscar. What does that walk to the stage feel like, Curtis?
Man, somebody might have to carry me.
Wow.
They might have to carry me, man. Real tough. I don't even know if I'll be able to make it. I'm just gonna tell you, somebody might have to carry me, man. Yeah, that's sad, man. Somebody might have to carry me, man. I'm gonna keep it real. No shutting the fire. Boy, you better be standing right beside me, because somebody gonna have to carry me, man. My legs gonna be shaking and wobbling bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I need you to be there anyway, because I might say something I don't need to say. So, man, somebody might have to carry me, man.
Wow.
But, I don't know what else to say, Ryan. But somebody's gonna have to carry me.
But that moment, Curtis, what does that moment? What does that moment, knowing what you went through, knowing all the stuff that you put, knowing all the sweat and tears and everything that you put into this thing, what does that moment feel like?
I don't know, because I ain't had it yet, but I can tell you I had something close to it.
Mm-hmm.
I had a piece that I did, and I was just, I don't want to say joking around, but you know how you tread in the water.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I was just treading in the water at the entertainment world. So my spirit said, man, go and submit this to this film festival. So I submitted to the festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, it came back. When it came time for them to judge the competition or whatever, film came back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't win, but I won a bronze. I won a bronze star for best directed film, and I was like, oh wow! Like, and I started like thinking that I wasn't going to win anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that they came back, I was like, oh snap, hold on. You know, but with Courageous really kind of took me somewhere, man.
Yeah.
That piece won like 22 different awards.
Mm-hmm.
I won like 3 different best male actor, best lead male actor awards. I won 3 of them. So, like, man, when I got the text that we won and what we won for, I was driving.
Mm.
Man, I had to pull a car over, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
had to pull a car over, man. I probably would have tore Grandmama Lou up.
Mm.
I had to literally pull over on the shoulder. I can't remember where I was going. I might have been going to New Jersey, but I had to pull over on the shoulder, man, and I just bust into tears, man.
Mm.
Like, wow, finally somebody recognizes my talent outside of the circle that I connect with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. That's good.
The crap, man, and thanking God, like, you know, like, wow, what if he wouldn't have sent me into that classroom that day?
Mm-hmm.
You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
What if he wouldn't have had Dr. Hugh Carey as the teacher? What if it would have been somebody else teaching? That they could have went any number of ways, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What if I didn't get the chance to meet Raheem? What if I, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
that
Wow.
thing I have met just about every powerful person in my life through that squared box.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. To God be the glory. To God be the glory, brother. Badger, I know you got to go in a minute. Badger, what's on your heart?
Could you ask what you asked Kurt? 'Cause I think I missed something.
No, I was asking him about Kurt has been acting for like 30 years, and I was asking what would it feel like if he won an Oscar, and what
Oh
would
man,
that moment be like? Yeah.
that would be awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of piggybacking off of that. It's interesting when you're working so hard and everything in your life, and then something random happens that changes everything, and it makes you go into this doubt
Mm-hmm.
and depression. You know, be it a car accident or all kinds of things where you're not able to do what you used to
Mm-hmm.
do. And in its own way, learning that there was a purpose for it,
Mm-hmm.
learning to become aware of that purpose is another type of home run.
Mm-hmm.
To learning to overcome those things, work through them,
Mm-hmm.
to live through them. You know, it's there are so many amazing things that happen in our everyday lives, and our experiences are, each our own. But at the same time, those experiences that teach us and guide us, that helped us understand what hitting home run was,
Mm-hmm.
were also, in a weird about way, we end up sharing it with others, and it helps them learn how to see their home runs,
Mm-hmm.
which boils down to what I say all the time, and I've been saying on this show for a long time. Be responsible for yourself and 2 others.
Mm-hmm.
A home run isn't just a you thing. Because every time you hit a home run and you get those good feelings and stuff, the people around you see it and notice it.
Mm-hmm.
Uplifts them and helps them see theirs. There's nothing in this world we do that's truly alone.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. And I know you have an appointment you got to go to, Badge, and
Yeah,
definitely
I'll be listening in.
good deal. Good
Have a
deal.
blessed day, everybody.
You do the same, brother. You do the same. Frank, talk to me. Tucson, come to you next.
Man, you know what? I was just thinking about the majority of the time, home runs don't win games.
Mm-hmm.
It's momentum and singles. I was thinking about when I first started playing baseball. Dude, I couldn't make contact with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I could not see the ball out of the pitcher's hand. Because I'd get up to the plate, great fielder. I'd get up to the plate and I would be so anxious. And so, I wanted to hit that ball. I wanted to hit that ball. And, the coaching wasn't telling me, hey, man, relax. And the thing they should have been telling me was make contact.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't hit a home run if you don't hit the ball.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you don't hit that ball, you can't. And there's been many of teams that have home run hitters on them that lost games. Look at one of the greatest football players in our time, Dan Marino.
Mm-hmm.
Never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember when the Buffalo Bills went to the Super Bowl? What was it? 4 times in a row?
4 years in a row. Yeah.
Did not win.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Barkley never won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of these people were some of the best at what they did. But they went up against teams that were fundamentally tough, that just had role players, and they couldn't beat them.
Mm-hmm.
They could not beat them, man. There's a lot of teams we played against, man. You would get into an inning, maybe 5th or the 6th inning, and you can't get them out. They constantly double, single,
mm-hmm.
double, single. Runs coming in. Nobody hit a home run, but they're winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we hit home runs in 77. Ain't hit the ball since.
Mm.
The thing is that we have to be the best thing is to be consistent. It's to be consistent. That guy that works with me that pretty much does the same great job every day is my best employee. It's not that cat that once a month stumbles across, doing his job properly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say this, Raheem, and I want to be quiet. We all have a proclivity to be drawn to things.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, when I was younger, were women. Whoremonger.
Mm-hmm.
It was fighting. I was drawn to that, very aggressive. I'm gonna tell you a home run, because one of the things that I used to do every summer when school was out, last day of school, you out, you go home. I used to say to myself, I am not going to get into a conflict with anybody at the beginning of the summer, and now I gotta fight them all summer.
Mm-hmm.
That's miserable. Where you know every day that you go outside, you gotta fight. So I said, nope, I'm not getting into it. Every year I get into it with somebody.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Mess my summer up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you, a home run is when you don't get into that conflict.
Yeah.
When you learn to control how you feel in your flesh about women. When you know you married and this girl walks by and you're not looking at her behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's a home run.
Mm-hmm.
Don't seem like a big thing. That little bitty thing, it leads to some stuff And when you walk away, you see her, and she walks by, and you look the other way. Remember, Real Men and Men, I introduced the thing. I said, if I see a woman and it's my wife, I never look twice. I called it no second look.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no reason for me to look at her again. But see, that's a home run. That thing caused me to stay married.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm gonna tell you something too, son. A lot of times, if we as men are not careful, that big butt baby hair and a smile will get us in trouble. That big butt baby hair and a smile. Y'all know I throw that baby hair in there. They be having a little baby hair all over the place. This dude, son, talk to me.
You know where, Leonard? Now you know where he done brought my mind to.
That Georgia peach.
Together.
That Georgia peach. That Georgia peach. Yeah. yeah. That's two something weakness. That Georgia peach.
Let's say it together. That doggone Georgia.
Yes, sir.
They don't make them like that. Nowhere else. Anyway. You know what I thought about as you all were talking? A walk. A walk. It's a walk when you don't necessarily have to swing. And you don't get struck. You don't struck out. The ball don't cross the plate right, and it's off to the left, to the right, or too high. It's not in the batting zone. And because the pitcher did that, you get a chance to at least get on the base. And sometimes in life, I believe that we get a walk. You know, it's necessary in the game. It's part of the game. I be thinking, sometimes I just go way out there and I just think about this crazy stuff like that. Because at least I didn't strike out.
Yeah.
You know what I used to like when I did play baseball? The fact that if I could hit the ball to the shortstop, I could at least get to second base.
Gotta be pretty fast.
Because I'd be moving.
Gotta be pretty fast.
Yes, sir. I think I'm just off noise. I know it. But I was quick on my feet.
Okay.
I'll be thinking of it. And you know, is the way that you stand would be beneficial to where you hit the ball. Put your foot to the left a little bit, or you put your foot to the right a little bit. You can control the angle where the ball is going when you do hit it. And I used to aim to hit the ball just enough to go around in bases. I'd get past first base.
Okay.
I could just hit it right. But it's the way I put my feet that made the difference. And in life, you have to have your footage right.
Come on.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You can position yourself to, you know, maybe the guy on first base or the third baseman, maybe he can catch a little bit. But if you can get between the two of them, or even between the ones that's on the, you can hit the ball just right so that you can get to base. That's in life. That's the way. Base, you know what I thought about? And I'm going to shut up. Baseball, hot dog, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
Wait a minute now. What that was?
Baseball, hot dog, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
Lord Jesus. Look. Oh. Okay.
Raheem don't know what I'm talking about.
Have no idea.
Kurt, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Have no idea.
You don't even know that was a jingle. I remember that jingle. Yeah.
I'll be the first one to tell you. Have no idea, brother. I ain't even gonna pretend I don't know what you're talking about. Ryan, talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
I'm trying not to laugh because I don't know what you're talking about either.
I have no idea, brother. None.
Oh. Yeah, I don't even know where we at. We've been cutting up back in the pool for so long. Just listen to people make jokes. What are we on? Did you change the subject?
No.
You said you was going to change the subject.
No, same. As a matter of fact, this is a perfect point to change the subject. I'm gonna ask you, Ryan.
All right.
Ryan, what is purpose? What is purpose?
Purpose is, I don't know. I know what the definition of purpose is, but I think you're trying to go a different way because you're always trying to play games. So,
what you mean? What you really saying?
I think for me, purpose is, why do I get up every day? Why do I go to work? Why do I help members in the community? There's a purpose. And a lot of times, as human beings, we don't really even know our purpose. We just be doing things. We just be doing things, right?
Yeah.
Because either we get that home run, that internal gratification. We get that warm, fuzzy feeling from helping somebody out or doing something, whether it be for ourselves or other folks. I think that purpose, real purpose, is something that you can't put your finger on, but it's something that you know you're supposed to be doing. It's almost like fate or God's plan, as we like to say. He's got a purpose for you to be here. You may not know what it is. Most of the time we don't. Let's be real.
Yeah.
How many times you know what God's purpose is for you? You don't. You don't. You can try and tell me you do all you want, but you don't, because his purpose changes all the time. It's never the same. You might even start fulfilling that purpose, and then he gonna change it up on you. He gonna do the change up, throw you a curveball, throw you a little slider. Going with the baseball thing today. So I think that purpose is something that is a continual process. It never stops until you go home. That's what I think.
Wow, that's good. That's good. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Asking the question, what is purpose? Yes.
Play the clip, man. Play the clip.
The clip?
Yeah.
What clip? What clip, brother?
Baseball hot dog apple pie.
Oh, you sent it to me?
Yeah.
I'm at to pull it up. Let me see, can I pull it up? You text it to me, or how'd you send it? Email it to me.
Inbox it and text it to you.
Okay, cool beans. I'll pull it up. While I'm
right.
Yes, sir.
You might want to check it for content. Tucson sending it to you.
Might have to take it through the proper channels, right? Might have to take it through the proper channels first. Hold on for a minute. Might got to take it through them proper channels. Mr. Hicks, what is purpose? Mr. Hicks? Mr. Hicks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to step away. Step away. Something.
Mr. Hicks, what is purpose?
Purpose. Purpose is what keeps you alive. You know, and you know, whether it's good or bad, left or right, or negative, but it's purpose that gets you through now, gets you through whatever's going on now, whatever good or pain or suffering. Purpose. It's that's you know, in the whole idea of sin, sin is defined in the Greek. I think it is missing the mark. It's like you're aiming, you got a purpose and you're aiming at it, and when you miss it, you miss that. But the purpose is that you purpose is everything almost.
Wow, that's good. That's good. My sister, Toy, you want to tea? Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Good to have you, sis. Asking a question, Toya, and I need to hear your heart on this. What is purpose?
What is purpose? Purpose is the point, but I think sometimes it can vary, right, depending on the context that we use it. So purpose is kind of the reason, the very reason, intention, or the existence of someone or something. You know what I'm saying? I think oftentimes we use purpose to try to figure out maybe a sense of direction, or maybe even to help guide our goals and decisions sometimes, depending on, again, you know, where we come from as far as purpose. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes our purpose will bring us that fulfillment and happiness that we look for, often not in the negative, you know, but it depends on the specific task or the specific goal that you're going for on the specific mission. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, even if we don't know or understand our purpose, I think that when you're a human, when you don't have a purpose, it's like you don't have a destination. Right? Like what's the purpose of having a GPS if you're not gonna use it?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And purpose is kind of the same way. What is the purpose of a GPS? To give you direction. Now, can we find directions on our own? Of course we can, but it will require more things, right, to gather that information. So, you know, depending on the purpose, what are you going to use it for? That's going to be a lifeline. Why am I doing this? For what reason? What is the drive? What is the goal, right? Like, for instance, a dog's purpose is protection. It shows that. Let somebody block you, the dog is going to show it.
Yes.
But a human that feels it has no need or no purpose, which we know it, just like the animals know their purpose, to walk this land, dwell this land, because God said so. When we humans don't discover our sense of purpose or don't remember our sense of purpose, it's like we're lost. And that's why God sometimes has to come and renew us and remind us of who we are and remind us of what our purpose is. Because a human with no purpose is like a GPS with no power.
Wow. Wow. That's good. That's good. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Man, you know I can't complain. What's going on with y'all, man?
Hey, good to have you with us, brother. Good to have you, man. Asking a question. I don't want to hear your whole heart on this, man. But what is purpose? What is purpose?
Man, Tori, you hit it, man. I mean, I started to stop down the number when I heard her say it, man. But it's plain and simple. Your motivation or your reason for being, doing, or existing. Plain and simple. You know, it could be good or bad, but it's whatever your motivation or your reason is behind it. That's gonna be your purpose.
Exactly. Now, does a lot of people know what their purpose is, or are they just existing?
I think most people don't know what the ultimate purpose is, but most people's motivation and purpose is self-gratification or immediate gratification, instant gratification. So, you know, some people can't look to the future, or they can't look for the long haul. You know, some people just go for whatever feels good at that point in time. That's why some people are so, you know, they flip-flop and wishy-washy.
Wow.
Because, you know, they have to do whatever it takes to make them feel comfortable at that point in time. And if you ask me, you know, well, wait a minute, man, why did you stay? Why is it that you believe this time, or you stand for this time, but the next time, you sound totally different. You know, well, their purpose for sounding different that is what it's all about. What is your reason for changing your mind? What is your reason for being inconsistent? What is your reason for flip flopping? Everything boils back down to that motivation and reason behind your being, doing, or existing.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Tucson, talk to me, man, from your standpoint, from where you're sitting, man. What is purpose? Tucson, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me.
You know what? I was gonna sing it, but I'm gonna just talk it. Who wrote the song? The Reasons You're Here. Reasons.
The reasons. Who was that? I think two people. I know LTD sang one version of it, and I think Confused.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and LTD. Both of them had a version of it.
I knew you knew. That was the reasons you're here. Everybody got one, whether it's good or bad. You got a purpose. And some people wonder why or wonder what their purpose is, and they do it every day. It excites them. It motivates them. They wake up every morning with that agenda. And they still wonder, what is my purpose? Look at it. See what I mean, I think we come together every morning looking forward to the morning glow to kind of get some insight on different things that normally people don't like to talk about. I think that I'm gonna just say this. It's not no more than what I'm saying, but you have a purpose of bringing folks together.
Yes, sir.
On a platform with not discriminating, not it's kind of inviting. No matter where you come from, no matter what your beliefs are, no matter how you feel, we're willing to sit at the table, try to come up with some sort of a answer for something. That's purpose. We got some people that walk around, I ain't gonna say no name. I like to be nice or something.
Lord,
but they like drama.
Yeah.
They like drama. They live for it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't have too much for that kind of stuff. But everybody has a reason for being. And we can't discredit anybody. You got to invite them to the table because you might help them.
Yeah.
Try. But one thing about it is you can't help people that don't want to be helped.
Come on.
And that's all I gotta say. That's what's on my heart. Right.
Good deal. We're gonna go in this order right here. We're gonna go Leonard, Stanley, Zamari, and then we're gonna go to Frank. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? What is purpose?
Well, I think the purpose, just straight up forward, is an objective. My opinion of that has really changed because of the way we use purpose for secular conversation or for religious conversation is very different. Whereas purpose is just some objectives. You said it pretty much. You choose. But on the spiritual side, purpose is said a completely different way. And that it's as if there is a purpose set by God for you. And we ain't got enough time to get into it really too deep. But that perception of purpose, I think, is kind of distorted on one side, especially for African Americans and spiritual people. Is we believe that somehow the purpose may be a secret that God knows, and you have to try to figure it out. And that is the thing that I had been studying on the side for some time. Is that one, you choose what you want to do. God will bless you for what you choose to do that well. And he still may have an assigned purpose for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think sometimes we do it in injustice by teaching it as if it is something you're trying to find, as opposed to something that you're choosing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, usually purpose.
Leonard, hold on. Say that one more time. That was powerful. Say that one more time, brother. That was good.
I think we should think of purpose in terms of what we are choosing,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to something that has been chosen for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to from a Christian perspective to teach that narrative of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That if you choose to do something and it's a righteous choice, God will bless what you chose as well as what he wants you to do.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's good. That's good. We got a few more minutes. We got 30 minutes before we get out here, so I want to touch on as much as I can. So let me go to Stanley, and like I said, we're gonna go Stanley, Zamar, Frank. Then we're gonna go back to Ryan. And we're gonna circle our way back around. Stanley, what is purpose? What does it mean? Purpose. Stanley, you there? Okay. Let's keep this thing going. Zamar, talk to me, sis. What is purpose?
It's like I said in the chat, I think purpose is simple as that man who was there just to give Jesus his last drink of water. That could be your purpose, just to be there in the right place at the right time for one very simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd never know it until you're there, right? And even then, you might not even realize that was your whole purpose.
Wow. So basically what I'm hearing you say is you can live your whole life not knowing what your purpose is.
And you could have already fulfilled it.
Wow.
And you just don't know.
See, that's powerful to me, because you say you could have already fulfilled it, but if you already fulfilled your purpose, what is your purpose for still being here?
Okay, well, that's a tough one, right? But to be a testament to that, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that's a fair assessment, to be a testament to that. Mm-hmm. Even if not necessarily for yourself, but maybe for other people. I saw that man right there do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that woman right there do this thing. And then maybe those other people get curious. They come and they ask you about that thing. Yeah, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
A testament.
Wow, that's good. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Asking the question, what is purpose? What is purpose? Frank, talk to me, brother. What is purpose?
Raheem, I think that our purpose varies upon who we are representing.
Mm-hmm.
So, say for instance, if you could not make it to a certain vineyard and you say, Frank, I want you to go and represent me. So then I need to begin to let you pour into me, so that I can represent you correctly. Because I don't need to go and you didn't say, Frank, I want you to show up and just do what you do. I want you to represent me because I can't make it. I know my pastor went to Atlanta and he gave me an assignment, and it was one of the entertainers, and he said, hey, before Sunday, I need you to get this from him. And it was obvious that this guy was avoiding me. So I had to call him back, and I said, hey, Pastor, I need to understand, because it doesn't look like I'm going to have this on Sunday, because it appears that this guy is avoiding me. And this was a huge soundboard. We had to have it for praise and worship and everything. Talk to me about how aggressive you want me to be in trying to get this thing back. Do you want me to harass this guy? I mean, do you want me to, late at night? Is this casual? Do we have another option? But I'm representing him, so I just can't, at that point, say, this is what Frank is going to do, because I'm a representative for my pastor in that moment. In my wife's life, I think my purpose is different than what my purpose is with my kids. That's why I think that we need to get that manna every day and wake up and cry out and say, Lord, what is your will? Because as they grow and mature and they have different needs, my purpose in their life, it changes. Then I'm not changing diapers anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they know how to walk now. I'm not feeding them by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So my purpose changes. So I think that we need to always, and now, see, we always can think of purpose as something that we're doing positively.
Mm-hmm.
If your purpose is to do evil and you show up and you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, somebody may ask you, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
What is your purpose?
Yeah.
And you better have the right answer, because you may be somewhere you're not supposed to be. And think of this. This is just the most craziest thing right now because of where we are in politics. They are representatives of who? The people. Raheem,
Yeah.
I asked the question, answer this right now. Are they representing us?
No. No.
So what is their purpose?
Good
They
question.
shouldn't be there another day, because the very thing that they stood up and took an oath and said, this is what we'll do, they're not doing what we sent them to do, to represent the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's their purpose. They're going to have a voice for us because we're not there. We're not moving in that arena. We elected them and we said, this is what we need you to do when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? They forgot their purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're not coming back to the people saying, oh, you were knocking on my door when you were trying to get elected. But now that you're there, you're not coming back to the source.
Mm-hmm.
And saying, what was it again that you put me there for?
Yeah. Wow. That's good. That's good. That's good. Ryan, talk to me, brother. We're talking about purpose. We're going to go in this order. We're going to go Ryan. We're going to go to Toy You with a T, Rico, and we're going to Leonard. We're going to circle back around.
So I was thinking about what my wife had said. You can live your whole life without knowing your purpose, or you might have already fulfilled it. So let's think about that for a second. I think that in that circumstance, and it could vary, where you fulfilled your purpose and you're still here to give testimony, that's part of your, so you didn't really fulfill it. You did what you were supposed to do physically, and everybody saw you do it, maybe, or you live to talk about it. So you're still perpetuating that purpose. But then on the other foot, you went through your whole life, you fulfilled it. You didn't even know you fulfilled it. But if you knew, what would happen to your mind and your spirit? You would become crushed. You would kind of feel empty inside. I did what I was supposed to do, and I know it. What's left? Well, why am I still here? So then that's where what Frank said come in. Got to start reaching out. Give me something else to do. Help me, guide me, show me something else. It's got to be more than me just walking around in circles now. But then you got, the evil side of purpose. Nobody really touched on that. I talked about a little bit in chat. You got them fiends.
I think Frank mentioned that as well, about the evil side. What is your purpose?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I might have missed it. My bad. But you got those fiends. They believe their purpose is every day to wake up and find their next fix.
Wow.
That's my purpose. I got to get that next fix. I got to. Doesn't matter how it is. Rob, steal, or kill. So how do you, as a person, just as a person, don't matter if it's a person of faith. So how do you, as a person, interact with that individual or those individuals to help them understand that's not their purpose?
Yeah.
They're defeating their purpose. Food for thought.
Exactly. Let me we're gonna go in the order that I said, but we're gonna go to Toya with a T, Rico, then we're gonna go to Leonard. But I want to circle back around because we missed Stanley earlier. So Stanley, what's on your heart, brother? We're talking about what is purpose.
You said purpose?
Yes. What is purpose?
Yeah, man. Yeah, everybody, has a purpose. Some people just haven't figured it out yet. But let me read something. So the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists, the purpose of a meeting or, an event. But we all have, God gave all of us a purpose in this world. Some of us haven't figured it out yet. But we have different levels of purpose as well. When we're younger, our purpose is try to, get grown and finish school and have a career and stuff like that. But then as you become an adult, you become a father, you become a husband. Our purpose is to make sure that our family is secure and, taken care of. Our purpose changes in this world. It's single people, their purpose is to make sure that they can do what they need to do to get where they want to be. But as you become a adult with a family, as you become a Christian, our purpose is to serve God to the best of our ability and live a great life so that He'll be proud of us. So one day we can get through one of those 12 gates. But also while we're here, we are supposed to do all we can to make sure our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren have something of a start so they don't have to go through what we went through growing up.
Exactly.
A lot of folks get caught up in self, but our purpose is to provide, my purpose, and like I said, once again, I can only speak for me. My purpose is to ensure that when I leave this world, I leave it a better place, and I leave it a better place for the people that's coming behind me.
That's good. That's good. Toya with a T, coming back to you, says, what is purpose? What's on your heart?
Oh yeah, no, he hit it with that. We not cool with the original direction on purpose, which is serving God. No, we need more than that. And when it comes to purpose, we forget that we like household cleaner. We multi-purpose. God has a purpose for us, and then we do these things along the way that make us feel like we done met up. We don't think about the different aspects or the different perspectives of purpose: the religious one, the humanistic one, the evolutionary one, and then the social one. So we all got different perspectives on what we think our purpose is, and we all wrong. We all wrong. Because did God say that? Did God tell you that? No. Listen, no. I know I have fulfilled a multitude of purposes in my life. You understand me? As well as every one of you on this line has fulfilled a purpose for me, whether you know it or not. You may not even be aware of the purpose that you serve in someone else's life because you're so busy trying to focus on a purpose that ain't got nothing to do with the purpose that God said you are.
Say it.
Look. What was the purpose of killing all them black folks for America, huh? Huh? It really wasn't none. But because you want to do what you want to do, you want to operate outside of God's guidelines because He gave you dominion. You think because you do something matters, and it don't. But at the end of the day, we have no idea because we are trying to serve ourselves instead of the Most High. And long as we walk around here and trying to serve ourselves, the Most High, we're going to keep looking for a purpose because we don't understand the purpose. My purpose is to serve. My purpose is to take care of my brother and sister. My purpose is to make sure I'm good to everybody and ward off the forces of evil. My purpose is to be a role model. My purpose is to be a queen. There's so many purposes that we are meant to be and we run from because we can't even stand the heat. So again, long as we run from our Creator, what's the purpose of a battery? Oh, that's the manufacturer made it like that. So now the battery mad because it want to be the toy. Come on with the jokes. Come on with the jokes.
Exactly.
We know our purpose. We know what we're meant to be. We know what we're meant to do. And as long as we try to interfere what our Creator created us for, but what we want to do is always going to be an issue. But at the end of the day, the purpose of each one of us is to love, honor, and cherish each other the way God does us.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Rico, talk to me, brother. Come on.
Yeah, man. I like when Stella came in and gave that definition because that sort of lined up with what I said about that reason for being, doing, existing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, purpose, man. I mean, to me, most people's purpose is to fulfill the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with wanting to feel good, pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Some it may be survival. Some people find pleasure out of helping and assisting others. That might be your purpose
Mm-hmm.
because you have a desire, you have an intention. You know, there's been times that you might be in a certain place and you don't know what the reason is for you being there, but then all of a sudden you were there and you had to save a life.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Had you not been there, that person wouldn't be here today to speak about how life is for them.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be alive today. That was your purpose. I don't even know why I went, man.
Mm-hmm.
Something just told me to go. Something told me to make a right turn. Something told me to wait 10 minutes. I waited them 10 minutes and I missed this big thing. That was one of my purpose. That was my reason.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't know it, like Toya said. But I like what Ryan said too, man. I mean, it's not always going to be righteous. You know, what's your purpose for being in this ballroom today?
Exactly.
My brother, we're going to pretend to be here to support Malcolm X, but we're going to kill him.
Wow.
My purpose is to shoot Malcolm X down in front of his wife and children today. So,
Wow.
I mean, you know, it's all about choices, reasons on why.
Mm-hmm.
That question, why, that you can add to everything. You know, you know what I've heard, man? I've heard so many people at a young age that has experience to accomplish certain things that'll say, man, I done did everything in life that it is to do. Ain't nothing left for me to do but to die.
Wow.
So it might be meant for you to help some other people.
Mm-hmm.
It might be meant for you to lead some other people, lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
It might be meant for you to be the go-between between some people. It might be meant for you to be the peacemaker.
Yep.
It
Exactly.
might be meant for you to be the representative for somebody that won't stand up and speak out for themselves, a group of people or an individual, maybe a child.
Go on, say it, Rico. Say it.
But
say it.
It's all about your desire and your motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think purpose is never really fulfilled because in this life we live, if you realize that as long as you come in contact with people, you might have to be that Jesus to them. You might have to be that therapist to them.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to be the shoulder to lean on because they just need somebody to talk to. Or you might just be that person that might have that has to bring them clarity. And that was your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your phone because these people call on you. You need to calm their mind.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So yeah, man. I mean, purpose to me is still gonna always go back to your motivation and your reason for being or existing, for doing whatever it is you do.
Exactly. That's good.
Right or wrong.
Absolutely. We're gonna go to Leonard, then we're gonna go to Shanavia. Shanavia is what is it? So Shanavia, after Leonard, we're coming to you. Navy, what is I'm sorry, Leonard, what is purpose?
You know, as I mentioned before, you all kind of went that way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure, it made me think of I'm not sure if many people remember who William Jennings Bryan was. And he has this quote, and it says, "Destiny is no matter of choice. No matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. And it is not a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved."
Mm-hmm.
If you have been to school and things like that and got into the great debates and the Scopes monkey trial, for instance, some people may have heard of that. And that was this great debate about evolution versus the Bible. And then that's what made this conversation made me think of as it relates to purpose. If you waiting for it, you're gonna miss.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But if you choose it, it belongs to you.
Yes.
You get there, you accomplish that. Purpose has to be accomplished. So those things you are accomplish a purpose. If you never have a goal or a direction, will you ever find purpose? Will you ever know where you're going?
Wow. Wow.
Instead of just saying, okay, what is a good righteous thing to do?
Mm-hmm.
And this was this huge conversation versus the modernists versus fundamentalists. The Bible exceeds all human knowledge, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And some Christians are suckered into believing this. And they exchange someone else's idea of purpose, I believe, for true purpose that one chooses. You can't fall into calamity and say, it was my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe I should have been the one that got shot. What? Wow. You believe that was part of your destiny? That had to happen in order for you to be blessed? You see where I'm going?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's like the choice from the trees and why we shouldn't, you know, and that comparing it to the story of the garden and the trees. Once you choose knowledge, you become responsible to choose your purpose.
Let me ask you this question. I've heard people saying, we're going to go to Geneva as well, but I've heard people say that after having kids, their purpose is to raise their kids, and that's their only purpose. Do you believe that to be a reality?
No. It is reality, but it's not purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's reality, but it's not purpose. And I think that, you know, when you look at how the both sides I mentioned explain it, the more fundamentalist Christian is going to believe that the purpose is set by God.
Mm-hmm.
And that somehow that's the only reason why you're here is for that purpose that God has that you never figure out.
Wow. Wow.
That's a dilemma. Whereas the modernist believes that you choose a righteous thing to do and you pursue that until it is accomplished. And that's the purpose. If you want to be a doctor and you purpose to be a doctor, you have to take those steps to become that doctor.
Exactly. Good deal. Let me go to Shanavia. Shanavia, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm good. I had a few minutes this morning. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good. Good to have you, sister. We're asking a question. I want to hear your whole heart on this. But what is purpose?
That's a really good question. And when I heard you ask Mr. Leonard, I heard Rico's response, but I didn't exactly know what the topic was. But when I heard you ask Mr. Leonard, I almost hung up.
Wow.
That's a question. Not because it hits home. It really hits home because that's a question that I've been asking myself literally for the past, not necessarily asking myself, but asking myself and asking God, like, what is the purpose? Because the past 3 months have really have kicked me in the uterus. Wow. And I'm just like, Lord, what is the purpose? Like, what is the purpose? And to be honest with you, I don't know.
Wow.
I think that my most transparent and honest answer is I truly do not know, but I think that every day that we, whomever, that we get a chance to wake up, that we still have a chance to fulfill whatever that purpose is, whether it be for the day, for that minute, for that moment. Because I think that that's such a heavy question, because I think that we tend to group it all together as, what is my life's purpose? But for me, I'm thinking of it as it depends on the day and the assignment that he gives to me.
Yes.
And I don't think that assignment and that purpose looks the same every day or even every hour. So I don't have a one-size-fits-all answer to that question. But I know that if I'm still here, that I get to fulfill a purpose that will hopefully build up to multiple purposes. And I probably won't know what my overall purpose is until the day that I die.
Sinead, let me ask you this question. And you said something that was real powerful, that you say that you will accomplish a purpose. Continue to live, you will accomplish a purpose. But does that necessarily mean that it is the purpose for you?
I don't know. I honestly feel like I don't think that there's a one size fits all for that. I think that I get to show up for the assignment for that day. And that day may not look like yesterday, nor will that day look like tomorrow. So I just know as long as he still gives me breath in my body and I'm in my right mind, I get to show up and wait for the assignment. And whatever that purpose was for that particular day, then I hope and pray that I have fulfilled it. But my overall purpose, I literally I don't know if I will know that until the day that I die, because that's whenever people want to tell all of the good things that you did. And then ultimately for us is to hopefully get to that point to where, we hear, job well done, So I don't know. I don't have a cookie cutter answer to that. I just show up every day that he allows me to and wait for the assignment.
Absolutely. Zamari, talk to me, sis. We talked about purpose, and Toussaint, coming to you next.
No, I said what I said.
I said what I said.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say to that. I honestly don't. Like purpose, like some people have said, your purpose might not even be something good. It could be for the purpose of being in the wrong place at the wrong time for whatever,
That's interesting. That's interesting. Let me out. Now you say the purpose may not be something good. Now God created us for the good. God created us to uplift it. And so some people will say that everybody's purpose has to be of something good, godly in some kind of way, because God created us for that purpose. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't, because even in the Bible, there have been times, you can go look it up in the Bible, where they're up there, the holy, the hosts of heaven are up there talking to God. Send me down, God. I'll put a lying spirit in him. Send me down, God. I'll do this. So it's not always necessarily for this holy, purpose to serve, even though that was to serve God. That did have a purpose, but it was not a good purpose. It was for the purpose of, whatever that situation was, because I can't remember it entirely off the top of my head. So purposes are different depending, right? It could be for the greater good, or even just to show other people the evils of another particular person. You know what I'm saying? So
I think I think a lot of time, and you have your opinion. And like I say, I don't give anybody the opinion, give them opportunity to have their own. But my thing is right. I think, and this is just me talking. I could be totally wrong. It's two left shoes on the right foot. But I think that a lot of times God created us with a certain purpose, and as we live life, we alter and we change from the purpose that He created us to be. And I don't think that's a testimony or testament of Him, because He created us for a purpose. But in living in life, sometimes people take a turn and do other things.
they do, but like with that biblical scripture, for instance, right? That was, and the person that they were deciding who was going to go down and do this, I believe it was one of the pharaohs or one of the kings or something. So really, and he was not a good king, so I think for the purpose of that was really to show that evil side of him, to draw it out more so people would see it, so it would be more upfront. And so if you think about it, yes, it did have a good purpose behind it, because then the lies are found out about that particular person, or the evil deeds about that person are particularly found out. But that's biblically, right? In modern day time, I don't know. But purpose just, it varies from person to person, day to day, place to place. I know what my purpose is, and I know what Toya said, but or I think it was Toya that said it, but like I know my purpose is to be this caregiver for my children. I know that's what I'm supposed to do. Now, what that looks like for me after my children are raised and out of my house completely, I don't know. But right now, my purpose is to be in this house with my kids.
Okay. Toussaint, talk to me, brother. We're talking about purpose. Toussaint cannot find that mute.
That's it. No, that mute button. Boy, I tell you. And then, you know, I'm multitasking, you know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When Jamar was talking and y'all were talking, I thought about, I try not to focus on my purpose, but nowadays I try to focus on His purpose for my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about God's purpose for my life, just to make it clear, because you live and learn. And so and I posted it, all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are the called according to His purpose. And a lot of times when we go wrong, is we got our own purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't think about His purpose for our lives.
Come on.
The children of Israel, they cry out to God, and God rescued them. Y'all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And after He rescued them, He moved them to a land and told them what not to do. And they did the very thing that He told them not to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he called a young man that was mean and nasty and arrogant, called Nebuchadnezzar, and he called him his servant. Not for the destruction of Israel, but for the correction of them. So he sent them down to Babylon, and he tells them, and I'm just talking about purpose. He tells them, y'all might as well plant you some vineyards and build you some houses, because y'all gonna be here for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Sometimes He puts us in a predicament that we really don't understand, and because he's chastising the ones that He loves, because that's what He does.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna call us what we act like, but y'all gonna think I'm cussing.
Uh-oh. Don't do it.
And so I'm gonna just call us fatherless children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If
Okay.
you get my drift.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Good deal. Good. Let me do this. I got to do my shout out. Mama, good morning, baby. I see you watching us over there. Love you, baby. Love you. Glad that you joined us this morning. Definitely good to have you. We're gonna keep this thing going. I say, we're gonna go tour you with a T, Stanley, Rico, and then we're gonna go back to Navy. Tour you with a T. Talk to me, sis.
Yeah, as we sit here and have this conversation, we see that purpose is like fingerprints.
Yes.
They're all different.
Mm-hmm.
And you have dominion to choose. I agree with you earlier, because I learned at a very early age that my father taught me what my purpose was as a Christian, especially from a Christian perspective. I knew that feels right with my bones, felt right with my heart. However, like the spirits in heaven, when they were angry with the Lord, I decided to go in a different direction. And my purpose then became to manipulate, maybe abuse men. My purpose then, I used to call stealing souls. I made that my purpose, because if the spirits in heaven had a choice to flee heaven because they didn't want what God had going on, this flesh can do the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have dominion. When God gave humans dominion, He gave you the most powerful thing in the world. You don't even know it. He gave you dominion over choice. That means you can choose. You ain't no dog that's just stuck and you can't rationalize.
Mm-hmm.
You're human. You create. Without us, there is no world, whether we are bad or good, but we can continue to choose to make poor choices and decisions that with our bones we know are not right. In our bones and in our spirit, we know that we are testing the limits, trying to prove that we are the God. There is none other.
Mm-hmm.
So now our purpose has changed, and our purpose changes other purposes, and so forth and so on, kind of like the butterfly effect. I don't even have kids, but I know that there are children that were put in my life for a reason, and a reason and a purpose is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when I was going through one of my most suicidal moments, the purpose I was searching on the internet that we call the devil and finding this show was to help me remember you need to get back on track, get back in alignment with your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say purposes. We do things on purpose. You want to be good on purpose. That takes energy. You want to, oh, you know what? I'm going to sacrifice doing this to be a stay-at-home mom. That's my purpose. That's my point. See, we can change that. That goes with that dominion again. We be forgetting we got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one we forfeit to make somebody else think, oh, our purpose is because we Black, that we 3/5 of a person and we can't fight no more. But you living in the purpose of what somebody else said, not even what the true living God who created you said. Did he create you Black? Yes. So who the heck is somebody else to tell you what your purpose is?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come on with the jokes. Mm-hmm. Here we go again. We think we're in control, but little do we know that we do not be. He's in control of it all. You think you're doing something, and you're really not doing nothing. It's like chess and checkers. You know how sometimes you sacrifice your pawn to get to a specific spot on that board?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's the same way, and it pisses us off.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So you think you're doing something, you're not. So when it comes to leaning into a purpose, you better hope that you ain't like the flower and get used for everything, because God do what he want to do when he want to do it. And if you're not going with him, you're going against him. So again, when it comes to purpose in life, if you got one, you're going to get bored real quick. If you're 91 years old, if you live here 91 years, but when you look for purpose, when you look for a purpose on purpose, that's where the joy is. Because it's a necessity to be needed and to be loved on purpose. Just saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stanley, talk to me. Stanley, Rico, then Navy. Stanley, you there?
Yeah. Ain't too much more to talk about as far as man's purpose, man. Like I say, it changes when situations change as well. You know, like later about the children.
You say your purpose. You say your purpose change. Your purpose changes.
Yeah, the purpose changes. It changes because when you have children, your main focus is to help raise those children to make sure they're successful and productive members of society. Then the grandchildren come along, and your purpose is to make sure those grandchildren are successful. Because we all know when the grandchildren come along, we just about to forget about the children.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The oldest grandboy or the oldest granddaughter, you know, you want to ensure that they have the best life and they become productive members of society. You don't want them just to be members of society or members of this world. We want them to be productive and successful members, to get a great education, to get a good career, to have a place to live. Everybody's not going to have the big house and the big cars, but if they have a roof over their head, clothes on their back, money in the bank, transportation, education to get where they want to go and get what they need, that is success.
Yes.
Everybody's not going to be millionaires.
Exactly.
But our purpose, man, like I say, I'm trying my best. My wife and I were just talking about this about an hour ago, to get things set up for them grandchildren and them great-grandchildren. The children, they're good, but my job is to help them to make sure that my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren and my nieces and my nephews, anything I can do to make sure that they're going to be situated before I leave this world, that is my purpose, my position. And you know what I do? My position is up in 9 months. So I'm putting things in order now, so when these 9 months are up, I'll have everything ready to rock and roll.
Absolutely.
And I'll be able to put these children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren in the position, if they have it right, to be successful even after I'm gone.
Absolutely.
I'm planting a tree now that I won't see the shade from. I won't be able to get the shade from that tree, but my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren will be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's all we can do.
That's good.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. You get Rico, then Shanavia, coming to you. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Well, I think, like everybody else said, it ain't too many more places you could go. You can only change the way you explain it, and so maybe people can get it a different way. Maybe another light bulb will go off in their head. But I agree with what everybody's saying, man. You know what I'm saying? It changes. Because we have to adapt to what life.
Rico, let me ask you this:
every day.
Do your purpose change or your situation and circumstances change?
Both. they I mean, you know, nothing is cookie cutter like Navy said earlier. You have to be adaptable. You have to be able to adjust, you know, and in the process of you adapting and adjusting what life throws at you, you have to be able to, you know, still maneuver and come out with the outcome that you're looking for. So I look at it like this, man. You know, even though your purpose changes and you might have a different reason for being in a different situation or for being, you know, in a certain place, your true foundation still comes out. Like me, I feel like my purpose is to be my brother's keeper.
That's
To
good.
be a helper, to
Yes,
be
sir.
an assistant, to not be a witness or an enabler of evil or wrongdoing. Now I ain't no angel, don't get me wrong, but I do believe in respecting everybody's existence,
Yes. Yes.
this gift of life, you know. And so, you know, me as long as I can remember, I always wondered, you know, how life got started, where life came from, and then I got introduced to this thing called religion, and you know, hearing about God and Him creating life, you know, because I was trying to figure this thing out. But in the process of figuring it out, man, I was in awe, very appreciative, not just of my life, but of other people's lives. And as I got older and I heard other people tell their stories and talk about things that happened before I even existed, things that they experienced, I put myself in their shoes, and it made me be able to have compassion and to relate to them and take myself out of the equation. So, you know, sooner or later, I think whatever situation you are in that may change your purpose for being now, your true purpose of who you are, or who or what you are built or what you stand on will come out. If you're a righteous person, you know what I'm saying, you still gonna stand on the side of righteousness despite who's in the wrong. You know, sometimes I think it was yesterday you said you had a show about unconditional loyalty.
Yes.
Man, that can throw your purpose in a loop when you have unconditional loyalties.
Yeah.
And that can throw your whole purpose and what you stand for in a loop. It can make you very inconsistent. So then you have to ask yourself, well, what's my purpose? Because at first I said I wasn't for this and I wasn't for that. But just as soon as I seen that it paid good, I said it was okay to start doing it.
Wow.
I was able to justify it. So, you know, man, it changes, but what is your root foundation built on? You know, if it's built on compassion, righteousness, appreciation of life, and respecting the creator, or is it built on just self-gratification, immediate gratification, and doing whatever it takes to make you feel good?
Exactly. Wow. That's good. That's good. Shenavia, we ended it up with you, sis. What's on your heart? Navy, you there? Navy, wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep. Leonard, talk to us, brother.
As a lot of people, you know, have mentioned, and it helps me from that research perspective from trying to teach this type of thing. You notice how some people cannot separate purpose from their religious belief, for instance. Try. Most of it sounds like Mr. Stanley, excellent purpose he has, because he said that. That's what he's doing. He said that wasn't given to him. That's what he chose. It's like people who say, yeah, I must have supposed to have this baby. No. I don't believe that way, that, you know, I was supposed to have this baby. I don't believe that way. Anybody can have a baby just about. Most of us got them because we don't pull out. Okay. So let's not attach so much spirituality to what's within our grasp. I think Toya said the best word, which is not taught as much. Dominion. Which means you have the power. That's why it was given to you. I'm making you in my likeness and my image. Now, you won't be all powerful and all knowing, but you will be able to manipulate things for your good. There are people who believe that their destinies lay in other people's hands. And we must move our people away from this belief so that they understand that they are responsible for it. God does not want you to be poor and to suffer and to go through all these things that you're going through. Those are because choices that other people made in life that got us where we are. If you're going to even have any type of purpose, why not it be fixed what is broken? What's wrong with your life? There are people that come, it's popular to prophesy into people's lives by basically you saying that some guy told you something about somebody else and they supposed to believe what you said. And now, man, come on.
Wow.
We got to get a grasp on our own power to make manifest the destinies that we choose for ourselves. The songwriter said, I have decided to follow Jesus. Not it was my destiny to follow him, or somebody made me follow him, or what have you. God didn't create you to do these things that you want to believe he created you to do sometimes. He created you to be his friend. Something that he could love and care about, that he could converse with, to amuse himself. And he gave you more power than anything else.
All right, now, preacher.
So if you can, try it. Think about purpose outside of your religious beliefs.
Wow. Well, we're about to get out of here for today. It's been a great broadcast. Actually, it's been a great week, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. Leonard, what's going on at 3:00 today?
If you did not get a chance to hear the show in its entirety, log on to www.dkmmediagroup.com at 3:00 Eastern today.
Good deal. Toya with a T. Toya, you there?
Yes, sir.
Toya, can you pray us out?
You said pray us out?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Heard on that? All right. All right, Lord, we want to thank you for another glorious day. We want to thank you for another opportunity to get together and be able to discuss the things that be released into the spirit of this world, Lord. You know we want to do what is your will, and we thank you and give you honor and praise for allowing us to be able to collaborate together and get a true understanding on what it is just to be a good, solid human being, Lord. We thank you for all the protection you've given us. We thank you for keeping us safe so far, Lord. So only you know exactly how far we've come and how much further we got to go to reach your glory. We love you, we honor you, and we praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Go ahead, preacher. Go ahead, preacher. I knew you had a preacher in you. Knew you had one over there in you. It's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. More than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now 10:17. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please, please, please be blessed. Have a great weekend. Give somebody some love and truth. They will appreciate it, and I'm sure that you will as well. Love you all. Stay blessed. Talk to you Monday morning if God says the same.